Welcome everyone to our Haskayne Bachelor of Commerce Information Night. My name is Alan Ingleson. I'm the Associate Dean responsible for the BComm program. And with me is Stacy McGregor, who's one of our specialists in the undergraduate office, and Woo Bin Lee, who's one of our international students, who will be assisting us in terms of providing information to you tonight. At the beginning of the presentation, I would like you to note that the University of Calgary is located in the heart of southern Alberta, and the university acknowledges and pays tribute to the traditional territories of the people of Treaty 7, which include the Blackfoot Confederacy, including the Siksika, Piikani, Kainai First Nations, the Tsuut'ina First Nation, and the Stoney Nakoda, including the Chiniki, Bears Paw, and Goodstoney First Nations. The city of Calgary is also home to the Métis Nation within Alberta, specifically Nose Hill Métis District 5 and Elbow Métis District number 6. Next slide, please. So tonight, I would like to provide an overview of the student journey. And, as we progress through this journey, we would welcome questions at the end of the presentation. And my email address is my name, Alan, ALLAN, Ingleson, INGELSON, @ucalgary.ca. And again, if you would like to email me after the presentation is completed and have specific questions, I will answer your question directly or have one of the specialists in our office respond accordingly. So, the BComm, 4-year degree. In the first year, and again, this is provided through our accreditation requirements, students typically take pre-commerce courses, which are really introductory business courses. Moving in to the fundamentals of the BComm, we cover these fundamentals in the second year. The fundamental courses include the foundations of marketing, financial management, organizational behavior, an introduction to business technology management, fundamentals of operations and supply chain management, managerial accounting, and entrepreneurial thinking. And again, the fundamentals in year 2 are at the heart of providing you with the basic information to assist you in a successful business career. As we move into the third year of the BComm program, we build upon the knowledge that you've developed in the second year in the fundamentals of business. You will have the opportunity to enrich your business knowledge, and specifically, it's in your third year that students frequently select a concentration after having taken their previous courses. Typically, our BComm students have learned which area of business that they're most interested in, and that is what we call a concentration. And secondly, by taking courses, we find our BComm students find out which courses they have an aptitude for. So again, at the start of the third year, we start focusing in on our concentration courses. And to complete a concentration, which is kind of like a specialization, students must complete 6 courses during their BComm program within the concentration area. And concentrations would include things like accounting or finance or marketing or strategy and general management or OPMA, these areas that again provide skills that are clearly in demand by the business sector. As we move into our fourth year, again, we continue to take courses in the concentrations. And in the fourth year, after having completed courses in business analytics and business law, along with the selected concentration courses, in the fourth year, we move into corporate governance and ethical decision-making, ethical leadership, and strategic management. And again, in your fourth year, all students complete what's called a capstone course, which is offered through the Sigma area. In addition, next slide, please. To complete the BComm requires the completion of 40 courses, and that includes 21 required courses, which are at the heart of our degree. Then 6 concentration courses and 13 options. And these options are both at the junior and in the senior level. And again, this is where you have an opportunity to select courses that interest you the most. And again, in terms of the details on the program, as you can see, there's different categories of courses within the BComm degree. There are what we call core business courses to give all students fundamental business knowledge, which will help them in their business careers. And then there are both junior and senior optional courses, meaning you can take what types of courses that you're most interested in. There's some structure to your degree, as you can see in the map, on the page on the right-hand side of the slide, but there's also flexibility. We don't have a set course list per year, but we do have courses that we recommend in your first year because they're prerequisites for the courses that you'll want to take in your second and third year and your final year. Now, in the undergraduate office, we have a team of experts. These are expert advisors whose role it is to assist you if you have questions about your courses, and that would include the type of concentration that you may be interested in pursuing. The other thing to keep in mind is that we recommend that students take some options every term to balance out their workload. No 2 courses are the same, and as a result, you want to have I think, a reasonable balance between the more difficult or challenging courses and the courses that you find easy. And so again, keep in mind, balance. Our degree is designed, I think, really with 2 things in mind. Number one, we expect you to work hard so that you learn the important aspects of business. But secondly, we want you to enjoy your 4 years. We also want you to have some fun. So there's the balance, that we strive for. And in addition to taking the courses, we also encourage students to get involved in one of the many outside of class types of activities. We have numerous student clubs and organizations providing an opportunity to work. And I would encourage each and every one of you to think about getting involved in one of these clubs, because as well. You can have fun, you can socialize. That's what Haskayne is known for, in addition to the courses that we. Next slide, please. In terms of the options, well, it's really the options that allow each student to customize their degree based on whatever specific area or areas of interest they have. And again, we would encourage you to take those options because they interest you the most. And having been involved with Haskayne for more than 30 years and having taught thousands of students over the years, my anecdotal observation is that students tend to excel in courses that they find the most interesting. They tend to be motivated. So please keep that in mind. In addition to the types of specific interests students have in courses, a second important aspect when you select a course is transferable skills. We are mindful that students will take their BComm program to enhance their career opportunities in business. And therefore, we know that the world is changing quickly, particularly with AI. And so we want to help you to prepare you for a future career in business. And this includes thinking outside of the box. So again, keep in mind those courses that interest you the most. Then, within the BComm program, we have specific, you can think of them as course focuses or specializations called an embedded certificate. An embedded certificate allows students to take multidisciplinary courses because many business problems can be solved through a multidisciplinary approach. And so you might consider including adding an embedded certificate in as part of your BComm program. And a couple of examples of embedded certificates that we offer are leadership studies and entrepreneurial thinking. And again, there is special financial support, particularly for the entrepreneurial thinking embedded certificate. Keep in mind, you have options to carefully think about when you select the courses within the BComm program. And again, we now have 11 concentration areas. They're areas where you focus, at least taking a minimum of 6 courses in that particular specialization. Now, a lot of students don't know where to start. So, of course, we have recommendations for all BComm students about these concentrations. And again, our team of advisors is very knowledgeable about the course concentration requirements, and they have a lot of experience over the years dealing with students and answering questions by students. And again, the undergraduate office is up in our new building in Matheson Hall on the 4th floor. So again, we encourage students to drop by if you have questions, because our advisors are a wealth of knowledge and they're extraordinarily accommodating when it comes to the students. Next slide, please. So, in addition to taking a 4-year BComm, some students may be interested in taking what we call combined degrees, which means 2 degrees in 5 years. So for an extra year, conceivably, you could take along with your BComm, a second degree in the arts and sciences if that interests you, perhaps a second degree in engineering if you satisfy the engineering requirements as well. So over the years, and you graduate with 2 degrees in as little as 5 years. Now note that you must meet the admission requirements for both degree programs. The options for one degree can slot into the options, by that I mean courses, for the other degree. So that is why you can complete 2 degrees within 5 years. Usually students are working on core subjects for both degrees at the same time. Some popular degrees, examples of popular combined degrees, are the BComm, Bachelor of Arts degrees that can include many different subjects. The BComm Bachelor of Kinesiology degree, the BComm Bachelor of Science combination degrees. There's also a special dual degree between engineering and the BComm. And be sure, if you're interested in combined degrees, to check out for additional information in the Discover session if you're interested. And there's a website, again, that our advisors can provide you with. In addition to combined degrees, another potential program, if you have a high GPA, is the honors program that we offer strictly to our BComm students that allows our undergraduate BComm students to pursue research projects. Typically, the student will apply for the program in your second year, and there are specific admission requirements for an honors program, including, say, a high GPA. Again, there's information on these requirements on the university website for the honors admission requirements. And again, if you're interested in research, future career research as well, this is an opportunity to find out what research is all about. Next slide, please. Well, earn while you learn. What's this all about? Well, the business school is well aware of the financial challenges, the increasing tuition fees over the years. And one of the opportunities to finance your education is through the co-op education programs that are offered by Haskayne, which is why we use the phrase earn while you learn. If admitted into the program, you will complete up to 4 work terms where you will be paid, and you will be paid, I think, is a reasonable salary, which gives you 8 to 12 months of full-time paid work experience during your BComm. But in addition to the money that you earn, what we've observed over the years is if your employer in the co-op program is satisfied with your work, very frequently they will offer you a starting position with their company. And when you look at the statistics over the years, our co-op students Well in excess of 90% of the students actually are offered a position with their employer. So it's a good way to start off your career and at the same time finance your education. Typically, students apply for a co-op program in their second year, and there is an excellent video on the co-op website, the Cooperative Education website, that tells you a little bit more about what a co-op work experience is all about from the student's perspective. And that website, https haskayne.ucalgary.ca/current students /undergraduate /student -experience co-op. And we have a director of our co-op program again that can assist with specific questions on the program. And again, one of the benefits being in a professional school like Haskayne is as well, we have a career office that assists students, both co-op students and non-co-op students, in securing employment upon graduation. So again, I encourage you to check that out. And that includes summer jobs as well. So again, we check that out. Moving along, international experience. Well, as I say, a little bit later on, I'm going to ask our international student, Woo Bin Lee, to share his experience in Haskayne with us. But I would note that we have various opportunities, and we've been expanding the funding for study abroad opportunities, especially during the spring and summer terms. And so the study abroad program allows our students to study at a business school in another country, which is a partner of Haskayne. So we vetted out the business schools very carefully, and at the same time experience what it's like to live abroad internationally. So basically you spend a semester studying at one of the partner schools. And again, for those who are interested in traveling, but you don't want your travels to delay your graduation, our study abroad program is an excellent opportunity. Going on an international exchange is an excellent way to both complete some courses and experience a new country and the culture. And that in itself is, to me, a very exciting and valuable learning experience. You can travel and see other countries in the world and take classes at one of our university partner institutions toward your BComm degree. Haskayne has more than 30 partners throughout Europe, Asia Pacific, and in North America. And we send students out during the fall, winter, and summer terms on exchanges. Another exciting program, as long as you don't get seasick, is what is called Semester at Sea, and I've heard many positive things about this. Semester at Sea is a once-in-a-lifetime experience to explore up to 15 countries in a single semester while traveling on a cruise ship. This is during a time period of 100 to 110 days. And while on this study abroad, you'll learn from leading professors and international experts, engage in hands-on experiences we call experiential learning, and be exposed to service projects in every destination, while at the same time earning credit, academic credit, towards your degree. So again, I'd encourage you, if you're interested in travel, and again, there's funding available to assist you from Haskayne, please check out this international experience opportunity. And on our team, we have one of the key experts, Stacy McGregor. We have also a second person, Aaron. Stacy, would you like to say something about the international business experience for our students?
Absolutely. Yeah, I'd say Alan kind of covered the basics of the program. The things to make note of really is first year, really it's about research. Take your time. We won't send students for the business exchanges until third year, so you've got lots of time to do your research. We also have a global learning program that runs the exchange programs for basically the entire University of Calgary, including our faculty. BComm students can do one or the other or even both. So you can do a business exchange with our program, you can do a non-business exchange with their program, and they will send students in second year. So if you're really keen to go super, super early in your degree, you can absolutely go through them second year. You will work with myself or Aaron to confirm your courses are going to fit your BComm before you go, no matter where you go or what program you go through. You can do more than one exchange. So we have short summer programs and, like Alan said, full semester programs in fall and winter. You can also apply to go for full year if you're super keen to just like be out and experience somewhere else. But I'd say first year is a great year to just come, connect with our teams, go through the stuff on the website, think about where you might want to spend some time, how much time, what kind of experience you want, and just come in and chat with us. And in the end, it shouldn't delay graduation at all. So just chatting with us early and kind of planning it into your degree, it's something that just every student that comes back talks about how life-changing of an experience it is. Semester at sea obviously is a very unique one, but even just the regular exchanges, students come back and they're just blown away. And I have so many students these days who email me while they're out on their first exchange asking if they can apply for another one because they're so excited and having such a great time they want to go again before they've even gone back from the first one. So if you're able to fit it in, I think it's a really worthwhile trip to do no matter where you go. And there's a lot of funding. So if you're worried about funding or transfer credit, just come chat with us and we'll kind of go through all your questions. But yeah, I think that's kind of the gist of the program. Thanks, Alan. I'll turn it back over to you.
Thank you, Stacy. Moving on to the next slide. To our Indigenous students, and I would draw to your attention that the University of Calgary welcomes Indigenous students in particular. There is both a university Indigenous strategy to address the calls for truth and reconciliation, and the Haskayne School of Business is increasingly focusing in on the special issues that need to be addressed uh, of particular interest to our Indigenous students. We have an Indigenous program specialist who provides specific information for our Indigenous students. This includes academic advising, community building, events, networking, tutoring, career supports, and again, financial support, award, and scholarship announcements. We also have a Writing Symbols Lodge in the university for all Indigenous students throughout many faculties at the university that again provides academic, personal, and cultural supports, sponsors cultural events, a special Indigenous graduation celebration, and much more. And again, we provide special support for Indigenous students, recognizing the diversity of our Indigenous student experiences from many different communities. And our students can find many supports at the university, including registered social workers, a licensed therapist, drum making, feasts, and our significant Indigenous graduation ceremony, which is held in June. And again, just a very special presentation, recognition of the importance that the University of Calgary places on Indigenous students and the special consideration that we give in terms of admissions for Indigenous students. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to either Dani, our Indigenous program specialist, or myself. I just happen to do some of my research on Indigenous issues, so I have a special interest in this area. Turning to the next slide. Haskayne student clubs. Well, here's a list of the different clubs that we have within Haskayne. And again, as I mentioned earlier, completing your BComm isn't just about sitting in classes, although we do encourage you to attend your classes regularly, but involves other things. And in particular, it's our active business student organizations, our student clubs. The main student organization that represents all of our clubs is the Commerce Undergraduate Society. And again, I'm in close contact with the president of CUS, our Commerce Undergraduate Society, who regularly the students are interested in, BComm students, and the concerns that BComm students have. But again, for information, just contact the Haskayne undergraduate student clubs. You can get details on the different organizations, and I would encourage everyone, depending on their different interests, to get involved in at least one of these student clubs. It's an opportunity to network. It's an opportunity to find out that lots of the people that are sitting next to you in class share similar types of concerns and similar types of interests. And so you can bond that way by getting involved in our student clubs. Please. In terms of our co-curricular activities, and again, there's interaction between different student clubs. We have one example here. And for that matter, friendly competition and rivalry with other faculties. Again, I think this adds to the student experience, particularly when you're dealing with the engineers. Next slide, please. Well, now I would like to invite one of our international business students, Woo Bin Lee, to share his perspective on what it's like to be a Haskayne student. As you can see here, Woo was born in South Korea. He grew up in Ecuador, and he's currently on a co-op work term as a student services assistant in our school. Note he enjoys discovering new places to eat and creating new connections, and he's really interested in sports, including football. So with that introduction, please take it away.
Thank you, Alan. So as Alan said, I am an international student from South Korea, and I did grow up in Ecuador. I am studying at the Bachelor of Commerce with the concentration in international business strategy. And Haskayne has been great for my major and for my career. I've been able to create a lot of meaningful connections with different students. As Alan mentioned before, I am in the cooperative education program, so I'm in the co-op work term currently in Haskayne as well. And this has helped me create a work experience that gives me valuable connections, gives me experience as a international student, which is very, very valuable here in Canada. Um, Also, Haskayne clubs have been a big part of my university life. There was this club that wasn't mentioned before that closed, unfortunately, because of management, which is the international business one. But there are a lot of events, different events from different clubs in general, depending on your interest in Haskayne, which you can join different one. Doesn't have to be your concentration necessarily. It can be for case competitions and networking events as well. Um, but yeah, overall Haskayne has been great. There's a variety of classes and support as well from teachers, teaching assistants, and also the student services with our advisors. I highly recommend you guys coming here for sure, and you'll have all the support needed, and you'll have a great business experience, a Haskayne experience with us. Well, thank you, Alan, thanks for introducing me. And if you guys have any questions regarding anything towards like international student experience, don't hesitate to ask in the Q&A. I'll happily answer your questions as well.
Thank you very much. Your contribution is much appreciated. So, at this stage, that concludes our presentation remarks. We would now like to open up this session for questions. We'd welcome any questions.